Buy now, pay later has become one of the fastest growing segments in fintech. As consumers shift toward flexible payment options and merchants look for ways to increase conversion rates, BNPL platforms are rapidly becoming a core part of digital commerce infrastructure. However, building a BNPL application is not just about enabling installment payments. It requires credit risk modeling, payment orchestration, compliance alignment, and real-time transaction processing. In this video, we will break down the realistic cost of building a BNPL app in 2026 and the factors that drive that investment. Let us begin with the baseline. A basic BNPL application that supports user onboarding, merchant integration, checkout financing, installment scheduling, payment tracking, and simple credit checks typically requires an investment between $120,000 and $250,000. This level assumes integration with third-party credit scoring providers and payment processors rather than building proprietary systems. As the platform becomes more advanced, costs increase significantly. A mid-level BNPL platform that includes automated credit decision engines, dynamic spending limits, merchant dashboards, fraud detection systems, and real-time payment processing typically ranges between $250,000 and $500,000. These platforms require deeper integration with financial systems and more sophisticated back-end logic. Enterprise-grade BNPL platforms designed for large-scale deployments, multi-region operations, and high transaction volumes can exceed $500,000 to $1 million or more. Such systems include proprietary credit scoring models, AI-driven risk assessment, advanced analytics, multi-currency support, regulatory reporting tools, and full payment orchestration infrastructure. Now let us examine the key cost drivers. The first major factor is credit risk infrastructure. BNPL platforms must evaluate user eligibility in real time. If you rely on third-party credit bureaus, integration costs remain moderate. However, building internal risk models using machine learning significantly increases development and data science investment. The second cost driver is payment and transaction infrastructure. BNPL apps must manage installment payments, merchant settlements, refunds, chargebacks, and reconciliation. Secure and reliable transaction processing is essential, and integration with multiple payment gateways increases complexity. Compliance and regulatory alignment also influence cost. BNPL platforms must comply with financial regulations, consumer protection laws, KYC and AML requirements, and regional lending rules. Compliance workflows, reporting systems, and audit trails add to development effort. Security architecture is another critical component. Financial applications must implement encryption, multi-factor authentication, fraud detection systems, secure APIs, and continuous monitoring. Protecting financial and personal data is essential for user trust and regulatory approval. Merchant integration adds another layer of complexity. BNPL platforms must integrate with e-commerce systems, point-of-sale systems, and merchant platforms. Providing APIs, SDKs, and dashboards for merchants increases development scope. User experience design also impacts cost. BNPL success depends on frictionless checkout, transparent repayment schedules, real-time approvals, and clear communication with users. Designing intuitive borrower and merchant interfaces requires additional design and engineering effort. Infrastructure and scalability are major cost considerations. BNPL platforms must handle high transaction volumes, real-time decision-making, and peak usage during sales events. Cloud infrastructure, data pipelines, and performance optimization increase overall investment. Testing and quality assurance must be extensive. Financial accuracy, repayment calculations, credit decision logic, and fraud detection systems must be thoroughly tested. Any error directly impacts financial performance and customer trust. Ongoing maintenance must also be factored in. BNPL platforms require continuous updates, regulatory changes, risk model improvements, and infrastructure scaling. Most enterprise platforms allocate $80,000 to $200,000 annually for maintenance and operations. The final cost depends on the level of automation, credit model complexity, regulatory requirements, integration depth, and geographic expansion. However, the strategic value is significant. A well-built BNPL platform increases merchant conversion rates, expands consumer purchasing power, and creates new revenue streams through fees and financing models. At Intellivon, we help fintech companies design and build secure, scalable, and compliant BNPL platforms tailored to their business model and growth strategy. If you are planning to build a BNPL app in 2026 and need clarity on investment and architecture, we are ready to help. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.